The entire exhibition and manageability of electric cars rely fundamentally on the life expectancy of their batteries. Various components influence the lifetime of an electric vehicle battery, encompassing circumstances using examples and the science of the battery. By and large, contingent upon the brand and sort of vehicle, current EV batteries are intended to endure from 8 to 15 years or around 100,000 to 200,000 miles. Yet, slowly, the battery's ability to hold a charge diminishes, which brings down driving range. Producers are continuously creating battery innovation to build life expectancy and solidity, ensuring that EVs remain a pragmatic and long-haul substitute for gas-powered motor vehicles. Enhancing the lifespan and execution of an EV battery depends on the right charging methods, ensuring that electric vehicles remain trustworthy and productive over the long run. The condition of charge (SOC) is among the main propensities. Generally, one is encouraged to keep the SOC somewhere in the range of 20% and 80%. Normal charging to 100% or letting the battery go low to incredibly low levels will strain the battery cells and hurry decay. This range broadens the usable existence of the battery and assists with diminishing its heat. The use of reasonable charging instruments is another fundamental part of this right EV battery duration. To ensure the battery is charged securely and effectively, utilize a guaranteed charging station or the charger the maker provided. Quick charging stations, level 3, increase the intensity and stress on the battery, which can prompt quicker mileage even while they give fast and helpful top-ups. Level 2 chargers, which convey an increasingly slow directed charge, are prompted for regular charging prerequisites. After some time, they assist with protecting the battery's condition and are milder on it. The right charging techniques rely heavily on temperature control. Batteries are sensitive to extreme cold and high temperatures, and while low temperatures could bring down the battery's ability and productivity, high temperatures could hurry compound responses inside the battery, consequently causing quicker corruption. Utilizing pre-molding devices that numerous contemporary EVs provide or charging the EV in an environment-controlled setting assists with reducing these impacts. These qualities empower the battery to achieve an optimal temperature prior to charging, subsequently ensuring a more consistent and viable charging component. One further urgent propensity is keeping away from customary high-powered charging. High power or DC quick charging ought to be put aside for irregular use, as well as for expanded trips, when speedy top-ups are required. Regular speedy charging assists the battery with creating inner opposition, hence bringing down its proficiency and lifetime. Most day-to-day charging ought to be finished at lower power levels, which lessen the weight on the battery and support its drawn-out appearance. Charging rehearsals additionally pervade the way of behaving. Battery life can vary tremendously depending on the arrangement and energy usage of the executives. For instance, applying regenerative slowing down will assist with bringing down charge recurrence and delay the reach. Besides, keeping away from unexpected speed increases and high-velocity driving assists with keeping up with general battery duration and saving battery power. Enhancing the lifetime and execution of an EV battery relies on the right charging techniques. EV proprietors might ensure their batteries stay sound and effective by maintaining an optimal charging condition, using appropriate charging hardware, controlling temperature, confining high-powered charging, and changing their driving style. These techniques drag out the existence of the battery as well as work on the general expense viability and manageability of electric vehicles. In this way, empowering the more extensive acknowledgement of clean energy transportation choices. Keeping up with the lifetime and best execution of an EV battery relies generally upon utilizing appropriate charging hardware, agreeing with industry norm, and matching the battery details of the vehicle will help the charging hardware, which contains the charger, links, and connectors, be viable and ensure compelling energy transmission, thus forestalling conceivable harm. Utilizing the producer-given charger or one particularly confirmed for the particular make and model of the EV is one of the fundamental elements viable. Maker-endorsed chargers are made to fulfill the specific requirements of the battery arrangement of the vehicle. subsequently ensuring protected and optimal charging rates. Uncertified or inadmissible chargers can create some issues like overheating, incapable charging, and maybe battery cell harm. Standard private outlets permit level 1 chargers, which slow and consistently charge for the time being, or when there is no quick requirement for a rapid re-energize, plug into. This sort of charging is ideally suited for protecting the battery's well-being in overstretched terms and is gentle on it. Many level 2 chargers additionally incorporate the availability of home energy in the board frameworks, in this way offering data on energy utilization and further improvement of charging rehearsals. Intended for speedy charging, DC quick chargers, otherwise called Level 3, can charge an electric vehicle battery to 80% in generally half an hour. Although this is convenient for significant distances or when a quick top-up is required, customary DC quick charging can cause significant intensity and battery stress, consequently rushing corruption over the long run. For normal charging speeds, it is proposed to depend for the most part on level 2 chargers and use DC quick chargers rarely. Numerous contemporary electric vehicles have developed warm administration frameworks intended to keep the battery inside an ideal temperature range to decrease these connected issues. These frameworks ensure steady execution and stop an excessive wear by keeping up with the temperature of the battery using fluid cooling fans or radiators. Other natural components that could influence battery condition are stickiness and dampness. High dampness can cause buildup inside the battery pack to occur, which could cause the consumption of battery parts or short circuits. Broadened dampness openness can think twice about defensive coatings and marks of the battery, in this manner expanding the opportunity of water interruption and more harm. Keeping the battery pack of the vehicle all around fixed and frequently checked for any wear or harm will assist with staying away from these issues. Moreover, reducing the risk of water-related harm means trying not to stop or drive in flood-prone areas. Natural components that could think twice about battery condition likewise incorporate vibration and mechanical shocks. Standard vibration openness, which results from rough terrain driving or being gravely kept up with the streets, can truly hurt the battery pack and its parts. Alongside different sorts of mechanical harm, this pressure can cause miniature breaks in the cells and the slackening of associations. Utilizing vehicles with solid suspension frameworks and, please, staying away from harsh landscapes will help to decrease the impact of shocks and vibrations on the battery. However, to a lesser degree than temperature and stickiness, height can likewise influence battery execution. Brought down pneumatic force at high heights can impact the cooling effectiveness of air-cooled battery frameworks. The people who own electric vehicles living in or visiting high elevation regions ought to know about this conceivable impact and act to ensure sufficient cooling. All in all, safeguarding the lifetime and state of an electric vehicle battery calls for both reasonable use and the right charging strategies. Fundamental strategies include staying away from incessant full charges and profound releases, choosing proper charging hardware, and protecting batteries from extreme temperatures. Keeping these guidelines helps EV proprietors ensure that the battery of their vehicle stays sturdy and effective, empowering a feasible and prudent change to electric transportation. So, what are your views about the EV battery life? And if you are an EV user, then according to you, how do you charge the battery properly? Share with us in the comment section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.